Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am honestly so thrilled you're tuning in, because today we're unpacking something truly monumental. Imagine for a second, trying to design an architectural master plan, but not for a house or even a city. We're talking about an entire nation, over 1 billion people. Today, we're exploring India's digital blueprint. It's this incredible framework that's totally reshaping how a whole society interacts, transacts, and just thrives in the modern world. Grab a coffee, because this is going to be a fascinating ride.
Okay, let's dive right into this grand challenge off the bat. How do you actually build a transparent, inclusive system for over 1 billion citizens? Like, really think about the sheer scale of that problem for a second. We're talking about massive diverse geographies, totally different levels of literacy, and thousands of localized economies. Finding a way to connect all of those distinct moving parts into one single accessible digital ecosystem, it seems almost impossible, doesn't it? But somehow, that is exactly what this blueprint set out to achieve.
So here's our architectural drawing for this digital nation. First, we'll look at India's massive digital vision. Second, the core public infrastructure. Third, revolutionizing payments and governance. Fourth, digitizing health and education. Fifth, empowering agriculture and rural connectivity. And finally, the future of open networks.
Let's jump into Section 1, India's massive digital vision. To get us warmed up, I want to test your knowledge with a really quick trivia question. When was the Digital India program officially launched? Was it 2013, 2014, 2015, or 2016? Take a quick second and lock in your guess. Did you guess 2015? Because if you did, you are absolutely right. Specifically, it was July 1st, 2015. And you know, this wasn't just some quiet back-office policy update. This was literally the starting gun for transforming India into a digitally empowered society and a knowledge economy. Everything we're about to talk about today traces its roots right back to this exact launch date.
But here's the thing. Why does this actually matter? Well, the crucial point is understanding that these core objectives weren't just about building cool, flashy tech. They were deeply human and economic. We're talking about digital governance, achieving massive financial inclusion, getting faster public service delivery, demanding actual transparency, improving the ease of doing business, and ultimately driving inclusive growth. The technology? That was just the chosen vehicle to deliver these massive societal upgrades to every single citizen.
Moving right along to Section 2, the core public infrastructure. First up, let's strictly define what we actually mean by a digital blueprint in this context. It's India's vision of building a technology-driven, transparent, inclusive, and citizen-centric governance system using digital infrastructure. I really want to highlight that phrase, citizen-centric. The whole point is that the system works around the citizen, rather than forcing the citizen to navigate some massive, confusing bureaucracy. It's a total paradigm shift.
Let's map out these core pillars. I know, government acronyms can get super overwhelming, so let's ground them. First is digital identity, which is anchored by Aadhaar, a unique digital ID for residents, alongside eKYC. Next is storage, handled by DigiLocker. This lets citizens securely hold their official documents digitally. No more carrying around physical paper folders everywhere, which is such a lifesaver. And finally, specialized data foundations like Covin for tracking health and account aggregators for secure financial data sharing. Basically, these are the digital bricks and mortar.
Let's do a quick memory check. Based on what we just went over, what is DigiLocker mainly used for? Think about the name for a second. Yep, you guessed it. It's for the digital storage of government documents, effectively eliminating the need to carry around physical paper copies. So convenient.
All right, Section 3, revolutionizing payments and governance.
You guys, the digital payments ecosystem is probably the most visible, everyday success of this entire blueprint. We are looking at massive interoperable networks like UPI, BHIM, RuPay, and APPS. They allow for instant, zero-friction money transfers straight from one bank account to another using literally just a mobile phone. And to put that into perspective, UPI now processes billions, with a B, billions of transactions every single month. That completely dwarfs the digital payment volumes of many Western nations combined. It is an absolute game changer for financial inclusion across both urban and rural landscapes. Now, what's really interesting about this is the architect behind this whole financial revolution. Do you know who actually developed the Unified Payments Interface, or UPI? Was it the RBI, NPCI, SEBI, or UIDI?
The correct answer is NPCI, the National Payments Corporation of India. They are the ones who built the underlying plumbing that makes all those instant peer-to-peer mobile payments actually work today.
Of course, administration is the other half of this equation. Digital governance is bringing public services completely online. Think e-office for internal government work, e-district for local administration, and the UMANG app, which basically bundles hundreds of services into one seamless interface on your phone. I mean, we have all experienced the sheer frustration of having to take a day off work just to go wait in a long line with stacks of paperwork, right? Well, these tools directly eliminate that friction. They actively enable that ease of doing business objective we talked about earlier.
Moving on to Section 4, digitizing health and education.
Let's do a quick side-by-side to see how these technologies are modernizing really essential human services. Over in healthcare, the Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission is creating digital health IDs and e-hospitals. What that means is patient records become seamlessly accessible to authorized doctors anywhere. Meanwhile, over in education, platforms like Diksha, Swayam, and PM eVidya are completely democratizing learning. They deliver high-quality, standardized curriculums directly to students' digital devices no matter where they happen to live. It's just incredible reach.
Section 5, empowering agriculture and rural connectivity.
This part brilliantly illustrates the sheer versatility of the whole digital blueprint. You have two highly traditional, vastly different sectors here, farming and the courts. And yet, both are being modernized by the exact same digital philosophy. In agriculture, tools like AgriStack and eNAM bring data-driven efficiency right to farmers. Contrast that with justice, where e-courts and virtual hearings are drastically reducing case backlogs and making the legal system so much more accessible. It's the exact same underlying architecture, just applied to totally different real-world challenges.
But, and this is a big but, absolutely none of these tools work without an internet connection. So what does the BharatNet initiative primarily aim to provide? Think about the physical wiring of a house. The answer is rural broadband connectivity. It's this wildly ambitious physical wiring of fiber optic cables aimed at connecting hundreds of thousands of rural villages to high-speed internet. The goal here is making sure that digital divide is permanently bridged.
Finally, Section 6, the future of open networks.
So how do you future-proof a blueprint this massive? Well, India is rolling out some truly next-generation initiatives. You've got PM Gati Shakti, which basically uses digital data layers to coordinate massive physical infrastructure planning. So no more overlapping digging and endless construction delays. Then there's ONDC, which is stepping up to democratize e-commerce. And of course, the IndiaAI Mission, which positions the country to take a massive lead in artificial intelligence. Basically, the physical and digital worlds are completely merging. For our final interactive quiz, let's look a little closer at ONDC, because this is a massive disruptor in the retail space right now. What does it actually stand for? It stands for the Open Network for Digital Commerce. Instead of relying on a few giant corporate platforms to buy and sell, it creates this open network where any small seller can be discovered by any buyer. It is completely revolutionizing local digital commerce from the ground up. Okay, let's move to our 1-minute revision and really connect all these dots into a cohesive story. It all started with the Digital India launch back in 2015. That launch led to the creation of digital governance and the core digital public infrastructure. Once that stable foundation was in place, it enabled these huge, sector-specific revolutions in payments, health, education, and agriculture. And today, that mature ecosystem is giving rise to advanced frontiers like AI and open networks. The ultimate destination for all of this is a truly transparent, inclusive, and empowered governance system. Wow, we have covered incredible ground today. From pouring that initial 2015 foundation, all the way to the cutting-edge AI networks of tomorrow. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final profound question to think about. Seeing how successfully these systems can scale to serve over 1 billion people, could this open digital infrastructure model literally be the blueprint for the rest of the world? It is a fascinating thought. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Keep exploring, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.